Hi there, it's Jaya.
And Ellen Heed.
We're the founders of RSVP, where we teach new moms and couples with young kids how to end painful sex, restore libido and desire, establish intimacy and connection so that they can turn on their love, lust, and life.
Today we're talking about how to restore your time and energy. And what we've noticed, that's true for a lot of new moms, is utter exhaustion in the immediate postpartum period. And part of that is due to a lack of social support for new moms. In this country, there really isn't much unless you have a nearby parent or you're good friends with your neighbors or have a close-knit community. But if you're lacking those things, it's just you and your partner, and that can be the needs of the new baby are so huge. And the available time and energy is so limited for the new parents. I think you, Jaya, you can speak to that a little bit.
Definitely can speak to total exhaustion, and that my parents aren't here, my partner's parents aren't here. I don't have any girlfriends here, so I really didn't have, and I'm new to Los Angeles, so I didn't really have that support that I needed when I had my baby, in a lot of ways. But, I think part of it might be our culture. And I know, Ellen, that you have spent quite a bit of time in other cultures. So I'd love to hear a bit about what happened in China.
Well, sure. I've traveled extensively to teach in China and a little bit throughout other countries in Asia. And I've had the opportunity to spend time with some of my students in their postpartum period. Sometimes they had a baby 3 weeks before I arrived, and I would get invited to go visit them. And this is the key part. They didn't come visit me with their new baby because they were doing what was called lying in. And traditional Chinese medicine really emphasizes the necessity for a mother to rebuild her Jing. That is her essential life energy. Because in Chinese medicine, it's understood that men lose Jing through ejaculation, but women lose Jing through having babies. So there's a sort of official recognition of a need to restore and rebuild, spend time at home, being quiet, and also that helps with bonding.
So are we talking like a week?
No, we're talking more like 3 months.
3 months?
Imagine? Yeah.
I can't even, like, what? They told me 2 weeks I had to lay in bed after I had my baby. No way, I was back to work 2 weeks later.
I know. And this is something that's just not even in our cultural understanding that it's possible or even a good idea to spend that much time at home with your baby. So in China, the notion of lying in. I grew up in the Southwest in Arizona, and we had a special friendship with a young woman who was a Hopi Indian. And as she grew and got married and had children, we were invited to ceremonies in the Hopi reservation, and we would go up and get the opportunity to observe and occasionally have a little participation in these ceremonies. And one of the ceremonies was what was called the ritual hair washing. And she had had her first child and had observed the traditional Hopi way of life, where she actually stayed indoors with her new baby for 40 days or 39 days, somewhere in that range, and didn't wash her hair, didn't wash the child's hair. And on day number 40...
Wait a minute, I just got stuck on the hair whole... I'm thinking about not washing my hair for 40 days. I could go a week, but what does...
Well, I actually think there's a reason for this, and I think the reason is there's pheromonal bonding that happens. The baby really gets familiar with the mother's smell, and mother gets familiar with the baby's smell, and they're in a close environment, and it's sort of, I would say, culturally supported, if not enforced, bonding period where they actually don't leave the house. And then the baby is officially presented to the sun on the 40th day. It's like, baby meet the sun meet the baby, because they don't go outside until that period is over.
Wow.
And then the hair is washed and the baby's officially named and sort of welcomed into the world. But they're in this nether world, this nether realm together for that immediate postpartum period. But it's not just days or weeks. It goes on for almost 6 weeks. And I think that's really an important, time to actually recognize the needs of the baby and the mother for bonding.